व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्.
You confuse my intellect with your seemingly contradictory words. Tell me decisively that one path by which I can achieve the highest Shreya. So, Arjuna is a warrior. He's not a philosopher. He's not an intellectual. A warrior is one who is comfortable with orders. Go to war, he'll go fight. Withdraw, he'll withdraw. No questions asked. Like in the charge of the Light Brigade, he says, theirs was not to question why. Theirs was but to do and die. So Arjuna belongs to this category of just doing and dying. And Krishna is ambivalent. So seemingly contradictory words confuse Arjuna. So he's saying, tell me one definite path, nishchitya, and then I'll do it. For what? See, his confusion is justified in a way because right up to the end, from verse 11 till verse 72, which is a fairly long portion of chapter 2, chapter 2 is titled Sankhya Yoga, in which he gives the highest knowledge, ending with the 19 verses of Sthita Prajna. So, Arjuna is rightfully confused. And then he spells it out. He says, the reason for which I want to act or do whatever I'm doing is to reach Shreyaha. Shreyaha is the highest, which is the spiritual path. There are two motivations. Shreyaha, I want to reach the highest, which means short-term pain. It's not enjoyable in the beginning, it doesn't give instant joy, but it gives you a lifetime of happiness. Versus Preyaha, Priya, that which is pleasant. Most people in the world, extroverted people in the world, choose Preya. Handful of spiritual people, or people who have this vision of the beyond, choose Shreya. Actually, Arjuna doesn't belong to either category like most of us. Somewhere in between. So therefore, he's asking this question. He's not totally selfish, not totally indulgent in the world, and yet he's not established entirely in the higher either. So he needs help. Yet he says, I don't want to do this for my benefit, for a selfish end, but for Loka Sangra, for the welfare of humanity. So Shreyaha and Preya, how do you get that, how do you make that shift? Listen to this. So when you begin with an exposure to the higher, this knowledge. So it's extremely important in our lives to get this exposure to the higher as early as possible. Even if you don't understand it in entirety, you have no idea how much a child picks up. So I'm not suggesting you get children here tomorrow. But definitely those 16 and above will understand, and that once you get that exposure, you get the taste of it, and when you think about it, you get that desire for the higher, like he says, darshan do gharsham. And that's enough to carry you through. This is called mumukshatva. It comes from the understanding of the futility of material pursuits in life. That there's an end in it. You may have the world, you may have everything, like Buddha did. But that urge to get to enlightenment carries you forward. That must be kindled. Every one of us has it. And that can only be kindled when you keep your cell phones on silent. Inner awakening comes when there is external silence.